Hey, what's up friends? I hope you're all feeling good. So this is the review of the games played on June 10th in the Women's World Cup. There were only two games yesterday, Argentina against Japan and Canada against Cameroon. So Argentina played Japan during the day, and Japan was a big favorite coming into this game. They played twice before this game, and Japan won both previous meetings. First meeting they won with 6-0, and then the other game it was just a 1-0 win. So it's getting closer and closer, which we will see today. So the game started off with Japan in control, as much as expected, and Argentina, they played pretty low and they closed down the middle very well actually. They took out all the space and oxygen in front of their own box, so it's very hard for Japan to penetrate there. And they also had solid goaltending in Argentina. She didn't have too much to do because Japan, they were not very dangerous. There were a few crosses in, but they were either of low quality or the finishes were not good enough. Then in the 38th minute, Risa Shimizu got a yellow card, and then at the end of first half, Hina Siguira got booked as well. So the stats for the first half: 66% to 34% possession to Japan, and the attempts were 73 in Japan's favor. Second half, I would like actually to see some more shots from distance for Japan to really test the keeper. And for Argentina, yeah, you would like to have a little bit more possession. It's really hard to give away that much possession to your opponent. It's gonna wear you down at the end of the game. So yeah. Finally, Japan tested the keeper from a distance in the 15th minute. It was a good shot. The ball just dipped just in front of the keeper, so it was a pretty good save. And on the rebound, it was another good chance, but yeah, she blasted that over, unfortunately. Then in the 56th minute, another good chance for Japan, but maybe Hasegawa should have passed instead of taking the shot. But on the other hand, I mean, she was just a few meters from the goal line, and why not? Why not take the chance? Then Japan made a substitution in the 57th minute. Mana Iwabuchi in and Kumi Yukayama out. And then in the 64th minute, Vanessa Santana comes on instead of Ruth Bravo. And in the 73rd minute, Argentina gets the first shot on target. They had a few shots before that, but this was first one on target. Then a minute later, Japan makes another substitution. Jun Endo in instead of Emi Nakajima. And then a couple of minutes later, Argentina makes another substitution. So Mariana Larroquette in instead of Florencia Bonegundo. And then later on, in the 79th minute, Mariela Coronel in and Lorena Benitez comes off. And it's just to close out the game here, to secure the point that they had. Then Mana Iwabuchi got a yellow card in the 85th minute. Japan makes their last substitution in the 90th minute. Saori Takarada comes on instead of Yuika Sugasawa, but to no avail. There's not any chances after that. So the game finishes 0-0. So this is the first scoreless game of the tournament. And in truth, Japan didn't create enough chances, I think, to win here. So the stats here: 39% to 61% in Japan's favor in terms of possession, and the attempts were 5 to 8. Japan on target 1 to 3, blocked shots 2 for Argentina, none for Japan. Then cards 3 for Japan, and then saves 3, 1 to Argentina, and corners 5 corners for Japan, none for Argentina, and 2 offsides for Argentina and none for Japan. So this was first point in the World Cup for Argentina ever. So yeah, it must feel like a win, and you can see the players afterwards, they were really happy. And this is a great start for Argentina, getting a point here. And now they're actually in a pretty good spot. They're facing off England next game. No pressure, because in last game they faced off Scotland, and depending on results between Japan and Scotland, see, Argentina they have a pretty good chance to proceed to the next round. Now Japan comes off this game, and yeah, it's gotta be a disappointment. Now they have a must-win game against England in the next round, which will be a very tough opponent. So we'll see what they can do. So that was the first game of the day. The second game was between Canada and Cameroon, and there were no surprises in Canada's lineup. The ones who thought were starting, they started. So Canada starts best as expected. Now Cameroon has problems getting into the Canada's half, first 20-25 minutes. Canada playing physical, but Lawrence not feeling it. She's not on her game today. But someone who is Abudi Ongwene. She's the only one in Cameroon that actually is looking good. You can see she's got a pretty good touch. Then in the 37th minute, Marlise Ngo Ndumbuk gets booked, and in the 43rd minute, Canada with the best chance in the game so far hits the post. It goes off on Cameroon defender and hits the post and onto a corner. And on that corner, Kadesha Buchanan scores on a header, and that's an awful goal to let in just before halftime. It's gotta be devastating because they played pretty solid defensively first half, and then letting a goal on a set piece like that, it's just that's a horrible defending. It was a set play, but yeah, you can't allow someone come up and go unchallenged on that corner. So possession in the first half was 69% for Canada and 31% for Cameroon, and attempts 8-4 in favor of Canada. Now in the second half, it's a great opportunity for Canada, but Prince put it wide. The ball bounced away a little bit for her, so she got to stretch out, so she was in balance when she took that shot. Then in the 67th minute, Henrietta Akaba in, and Ajara Enchout comes off. And a minute later, Gael Enyanomit in for Marlise Ngo Ndumbuk. Yeah, Gael Enyanomit, she has a card already, which I think was one of the reasons they took her off. Then a few minutes later, best chance for Cameroon is very similar to the goal Canada scored. Horrible defending. She goes up unmarked, and yeah, Canada was just lucky that she couldn't get that on target. They just missed the goal. So yeah, they got away with one there, Canada. Then a couple of minutes later, Gael and Gomit gets booked. And then a minute later, Deanne Rose comes off instead of Michelle Prince. And then in the 82nd minute, Charlene Myung in instead of Jeanette Yango. And then in the 89th minute, Sinclair with a good chance, but it's a bad touch. Actually, the ball comes up a little bit surprisingly for her, so not much she could do. And then Cameroon clears the ball on the goal line. So that was the best chance for Sinclair in the game. Now the possession overall is 65% to 35% in favor of Canada. Attempts 16-5 On target 4-1, blocked shots actually 6-1. And then cards, 2 for Cameroon, nothing for Canada. Saves are 3 for Cameroon and 1 for Canada. Corners 10-4, and offsides 3-3. So as you can see, it's getting tighter and tighter. A couple of years ago, yes, I told you about Japan. They beat Argentina 6-0, and now yeah, scoreless game, and also in this game, just 1 goal. So you can see how much better every team is getting, especially defensively, and being able to organize themselves. So it's going to require a lot more skills to beat these kind of teams. So I think that's the next step for women's soccer. Develop the skills up front to be able to beat teams like Argentina and Cameroon that plays very solid defensively. They're hard to score at. So yeah, I think that we will see in the next World Cup more skilled, even more skilled players. So there you have it. Thank you so much for watching, and if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next.